Hello, this is Enis from Never Stop Trucking. We are talking about factoring companies today. I have a few videos that talk about factoring companies. If you need them, how to choose one, an interview with Amel. He works with RTS, and then I interviewed him, and then he directly told us about factoring. But I want to talk about factoring, you being a dispatcher. What does that have to do with you? So if you don't know, factoring is a way of getting your invoices paid right away. So that's, I guess, the shortest definition of that. So when a carrier does a load, and instead of sending it directly to broker and waiting a month or two to get paid, they would send that invoice to their factoring company, and they would charge them a small fee for that invoice, and they are basically buying that invoice from them, and now they're owning that invoice in a sense, not 100%, and I'll explain that. But what they do is they forward it to the broker, and broker has to pay the factoring company for that load now, because they bought it from you and they're just forwarding to the broker. Factoring company charges the owner operator or a carrier a small fee, and then they provide them with that money, whatever that invoice is worth, the same day or the next day, and that's how it works. Why am I saying that they don't own it 100%? Because if the broker does not pay the factoring company for that invoice for whatever reason, or if they're over 90 days late, then the factoring company is just going to charge you, and then they're going to get their money back, the money that they provided you with in the first place. So they are not actually buying that invoice, because if they were buying the invoice, they would own it, and then you would have nothing to do with the invoice afterwards. Okay, they're just saying that. But anyway, do you as a dispatcher need a factoring company? The answer is really no, and you can't even have it. Well, maybe you could, but let me just explain first. You don't have any rate confirmations that the broker sent you, right? The broker sends the confirmation to the owner operator. They do send it to you to sign for it. They do send it to you to dispatch the driver and send the driver the information. But when you read the rate confirmation, the name of the carrier is on it, not your name, because the carrier is doing the load, and that load is only payable to the carrier, not to you. So in that sense, you don't need a factoring company. You don't even see that money that the broker pays. Okay, the only money you see is from the carrier or owner operator that gives you their percentage. All right. So if you were to contact a factoring company and tell them, hey, I'm independent dispatcher, can we work something out? Then there might be some factoring companies that will work with you and kind of set up a deal, maybe pay you as well, at the same time as they pay the carrier for that invoice, for your fees. But for you to be involved in that process is really difficult, okay? Because you're a dispatcher, all you do is you're booking loads and forwarding that information to the driver, to the owner operator, and maybe you're doing their invoices for them. But then again, these invoices are in the name of the carrier, and they are sent to the broker. There are a lot of comments and questions on the channel and in my email. People ask me about factoring. How do we do that? Because they hear this word a lot, and they feel like they have to have it. They feel like that's something that they have to do. Same as with an MC number or authority. A lot of new dispatchers or wannabe dispatchers are asking about authority, like how do I get it? Do I have to have it? Can I get it from abroad? And I talked about that a lot. You can search through my channel for those videos, okay? But the short answer is, unless you have trucks in your own name or someone leased onto you, you can't have an MC authority. And same with factoring. brokers can factor, even shippers or receivers, if they are involved in some kind of transaction, like they're charging someone, they could factor. But you as a dispatcher, it wouldn't even make sense for you to be involved in that process. You shouldn't even think about that. You should worry about getting owner operators, have them sign on to you, and finding loads for them. And at the end, if they want you to do some kind of back office work, like doing their invoices for them. And hope this video helped you a little bit. If you have any more questions, if this is not clear for you, just ask me in the comment section. Thanks for watching. I'll see you around.